Well, hello there. Okay, so this is Saturday. I think it's April 25th of 2020. Coronavirus apocalypse now. I'm over in Shalimar area of Florida today. And the gas at the Tom Thumb is $1.49 a gallon for regular. Actually, it was up about 15-20 cents 2 days ago, but it's dropped back down. I thought they were going to end coronavirus lockdown, so I was watching the gas prices going right back up, but they're still not too bad over here. You cannot believe all the people fishing, which is nice to see people use our natural resources. It's free. I mean, there's places running out of food and stuff, which there's a great big ocean out there, and there's lakes, and it's amazing how people are whooping those fishing poles out. There's a whole bunch of them on the bridge over here. In Florida, make sure you have a fishing license. Oh my gosh, I have a friend several years ago that went to jail for fishing from out of state without a license. It's 71 degrees today, and if you look to the left, I just went over this bridge, and there's a whole bunch of people on the bridge fishing, and they're not all 6 feet away either. But you've got, let's say, there's 2 poles over there, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people fishing. That one guy's got about 8 poles. But and saltwater fishing is amazing. You could just catch any old kind of thing. It's like playing a pinball machine. You just don't know what you'll catch. But there's people, more and more people I see every day that are riding bicycles now. And if you don't have a bicycle, Walmart has some really good prices, but I will tell you that the second-hand stores, sometimes you can catch some pretty cool deals. I bought 2 beautiful bikes down here years ago. I had come down from Memphis, and they were mint. They were beautiful. And I bought one for my daughter's dad and one for me. And I ended up using them a lot when I moved down here that one time, because my flipping Cadillac had blown up. I've had 33 of them, so I just run the miles out of them. They end up being in the garbage, you know. I just wear them out. But anyway, they're not bad cars at all unless they're newer cars. God, cars in the last about 8 years. Junky caddies. But there's a lot of people out bike riding. The nice thing about Florida is they do have a bike lane, and it's very well respected. It's very user-friendly. It is really neat. This old street, the bike lane's kind of narrow. It's like California size, where you're supposed to be 6 inches from the curb. But there's other spots where the bike lane is, 4 and 5 foot wide. It's neat. So it's really nice to be able to get out, because the coronavirus seems to exist inside buildings in air systems. And I thought that in the beginning, right off the top. I really did. Other than the fact I thought it from touching things you could get it, and they kept saying, well, we don't know, or no, you can't get it from touching stuff. Bull crap. If it's contagious and it's a virus, I promise you, you're going to get it just like you get anything else. And about the only way you supposedly can't get coronavirus is from sex, but I guess you can if their skin has coronavirus on it. You touch that. Make them take a bath. There's some more people fishing over here. There's 3 people here on this bridge. There's a runner. 2 bicyclists. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. The pollen is terrible. It bothers me a lot. It makes me sick. I can't do it because I have allergies and asthma. But my buddy, Inspirational Nomad on YouTube, on his channel, he had a discussion about the government's talking about certain states are deciding that they're getting ready to go bankrupt. And he brought up a really good point, because the city taxes and stuff pay for the firefighters, the EMTs, and in the recent years, especially in the South, a lot of the EMTs and stuff are voluntary because they can't afford to pay them. And there's even voluntary fire departments in a lot of places in the South. If the state goes bankrupt, they can't afford to pay your EMTs, your fire department, your first responders, and especially the police departments. And people are already getting a little bit edgy, on this coronavirus. You're seeing people out picketing and everything else. I mean, you can only do what you can do, and there is no more. That's a fact. That's just life. It took me till I was about 26 to learn that. Somebody had told me that, and I was like, it was a very wise gentleman, Mr. Ike Harcourt Sr. And I was like, but that's not a good answer. But, when I thought about it, he was actually right. There's some situations where, you can only do what you can do, and there is no more. It's getting to be a pretty amazing situation. And I also noticed, I'll bring this up, that, with these people fighting and carrying on, if we don't have police department and you have emergency, nobody's coming. Now, one of the better states would be Texas, because they're very gun happy. And Arkansas and Lower Alabama, they're super gun happy. They're happy to handle their own legal system there. And that's what'll end up happening. All these places that had gun bans and people that are against guns, you're gonna wish you had one now. Because people start ripping houses off, climbing in windows, and robbing people on the streets, and you can't call the police because your state can't afford to pay the police because they're bankrupting out. You got problems. It's going to be a very creepy place to live, because this thing is not going away today. We're not going to bed today and it goes away tomorrow. It's not happening. This is a real serious thing that I think a lot of it needs to be solved, going through businesses and ductwork for the central heat and air and heating systems, and start sterilizing that stuff out. There is a company that goes around blowing Lysol smoke, or whatever it is, all over businesses. I don't know what they exactly charge. I think it's a couple $100. But I mean, that would be a tax write-off because it's maintenance for your business. But they probably do that ductwork stuff too. I don't know. You have to talk to a heat and air company and see if they do it. But I do my own on about every place I've ever lived in. I take all the duct covers off, and whether it be in the floor, ceiling, or whatever, and then I spray them with bleach. That stuff that's inside is like tin. It's gonna rust anyway, but I spray it with bleach and leave it, and then I soak the covers in purple cleaner from Dollar General, and I leave them soak like a day or two till all the goo comes off, because there's more goo on the back of those covers than there is on the front. And then once that bleach is dry in a day or two, then, and make sure you turn the air off before you start spraying up in there. Lay a tarp down, because it'll drift down on your carpet or tile and bleach it. And wear junky clothes and use eye protection. But after a couple days, that bleach is worked up in that ductwork. Then I go and shoot Lysol up in there. And if you don't have Lysol, look for Lysol liquid that says disinfectant, kills germs and bacteria, 99%, all that kind of stuff. That's what you want. Here's a Joker be walking in the middle of the street. Man, her butt didn't look that big. To take up half the street. So you take that and you put it in a spray bottle and spray it up in that ductwork and leave that sit for about an hour. Watch for drips, make sure your floor is tarped down or some towels laid down, and then go back and put those ductwork covers back on, and do that about once a year. And if you're a smoker, I would do it about every 6 months. And that way you keep that stuff out of your system, because especially if you're a renter, that's what landlords get mad about is dog pee, animal pee and doo-doo, and then smokers. And that includes weed smokers. Don't think you're exempt because you freaking smoke weed, because you're not. That stuff's worse than cigarettes. It really leaves a lot of resins and stuff around. And I don't care how you think it helps your health, but it's some dirty stuff. I'm allergic to it, so I can't stand the smell of it. That makes me ill. And I didn't realize I was allergic to it till a few years ago. But those are some good things you can do. But anyway, I have to go to the washateria because my washer is broken over here in my rental property. So I'll talk to you later. Hope you have a great one. Stay happy. Do something kind for a stranger. Love to you.